Hello, ladies and the gents. My name is Putty, and welcome back for another episode of OLLIE. Today we're doing Venganza, final pay-per-view of the year. We're on Selección Mexico. It's been a while since we've done a pay-per-view, because the last one was at the start of the last month, so it's been a bit of a stretch. That's fine. We've had a lot of aftermath. There was a fucking big pay-per-view for story-wise. And we've had a couple matches to build, and, I never build matches. Oh, Pancake Station. Love the Pancake Station. And, yeah, poker tournament. Good stuff. I basically never pre-book matches, and I've pre-booked 4 here. So, clearly I've used the time a little more wisely than I'm used to. So Nicholas is usually like Carriaris to Prem. There are a lot of good workers in this match, so we're gonna go 25 minutes on this. The Campeonato de Universal title. I'm almost tempted to go, overbook, but if I remember right, that pretty much gives you a penalty at all times. So, but keep in mind this match is gonna be fucking mental. I think I'm gonna leave it. I might test Overbook for another match tonight. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna test Overbook with like the Demon Trios match, because that's the Undead Trios match, because that's gonna be pretty like bonkers too. So this is obviously gonna be just massive balls out, like interference fest, total like weapons and everything, through 10 tables spectacle, I guess. Open called. Even though I'm not sure about Tricolor, but sure, fuck it. Called, not decisive. It's gonna be tainted. It's gonna be outside interference finish. Interference. So, Nicholas Lopez is gonna get taken the frick out by Amo Delgado. Sorry about the pause there. I was hearing like a slight beeping. I was like, what is going on now? It's been a long day. Tricolor Junior is the final nail in the coffin. Will be inflicted by, I'm trying to think of a good member of the stable, Espadachín, the boy, the favorite assistant of evil, is going to go down. And that's going to be the massive, just mental match for this one. Yeah, it's going to be mental. And we're going to have this match, which is going to be Ejército de los Martes taking on Tres Phoenix. And it's going to be, I probably should go quite slow on this one. 8 minutes, no trios titles on the line because none of these are trios champs. And it is going to be, I'm going to put over the army here, I assume. I hope. It's going to be a car crash. It's massive. And, car crash, overbook, mental, I guess all out too, right? All out. Tainted with weapons and shit. Just mental. Extremely unhappy, Phoenix 4. Understandable, these guys are goobs. That's okay. We can try and keep you all strong. I don't know how, I guess because there's so many weapons, you get murdered by weapons. Not literally. We've had literal murder. Not in this case. But figuratively murdered by weapons, and that's kind of what keeps you strong there. Espadachín versus Cosmic Rider, and I want Espadachín to go over, I think. Because it's... The idea, of course, being that this win from Espadachín practically, but not entirely, earns Evil a shot at Pesadilla. But obviously, that's not entirely the case. Because what was specified is that Evil himself had to beat Cosmic Rider. But we'll see how that kind of goes down. 20 minutes of great Las Mujeres action. Hopefully the second best match on the card tonight. Raven Nightfall will win in the feel-good moment of the night. There are not too many of them. Simple match. My god, simple matches in this day and age. Open the show off with the happy, and then bring them really back down. 3 Rudo wins already tonight. Which is just mental. So I have another match, which is Ropanda and Estrella Panda? Nah, that didn't work. That's fine. All the Resistance have the same first, name, so they're easy to find. This is how I'm booking trios now. Evil Intent and Ammo. Trios titles on the line. You forgot about these, didn't you? For the first fucking 10 months, or 11 months of this save, they were the most important thing in the entire world of OLLIE, and now they are just a side story. That's okay though. It's fine, they're what they're meant to be. They've got 100 prestige. I mean, like, it's not like they've fallen off the bandwagon or anything. And this is going to be the high spots match of the night. I'm fully aware we don't have the required things yet. I've still got a bunch of shit that's in my head to book, or on my notes to book, I guess. Lahiha versus Azul. I booked this in and I was going to do a story around it, but I decided, I looked at what needed story building, and realized that this wasn't going to really have the time to be built, so I decided, probably doesn't need to be built. It's probably good enough to just throw on the card. This can storytell. It's good versus evil. And we'll throw that there. Oh yeah, I was thinking, oh, we don't have a cooldown match, and I was like, oh, we don't need it, and then I was like, oh, yes, we do. There is a good match too. There is a good match to cool down the crowd. Sorry, there is a good match that we should cool the crowd down after, unless there's anything else I need to book. Yeah, okay, so this match is going to be supported by an angle, so if you're like, wait, why is this happening? Don't worry, there will be an angle. Quick second. So, yeah, as you can see, I mean, you should be excited, because this is going to be bonkers awesome, because these two are good. Although there's no storyline behind it, which I'm finding is really important in a lot of feds in TEW2016, is to have storylines behind everything. And he's becoming the resident jobber to the stars, isn't he? Finn Lozando is going to beat Marcos Flores. Oh, Marcos is like, no, I've been jobbed out far too much. Stop it. Stop doing it to me. Marcos is like, no, I am not jobbing to Finn Lozando. That is the last straw. Okay, he's willing to eventually. I don't think the crowd's going to get ridiculously hyped during this show. Just in case, though, they do have that cooldown. We also have, we can do ammo single entrance for the trios match. And we do have a lot of time, cool. Glad. Pre-match singles entrance from Mr. Lucha, at which point he gets booed mercilessly. And then obviously after the match, the usual thing, but this time it'll be Mr. Lucha and Evil both on the mic, saying, Bullet Club Roundup, too sweet, that type of thing. But this time they have a lot more titles, a lot more important titles than they used to, too. And, yeah. I think that's the whole group. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anyone. And major success to end off the show. They're on top of the world. They've got their massive undead army marching outside. And here they are with all the titles. Oh my god, my voice is dying. That's what you get for recording this late / early. And, oh my god. Also not having a lot of water tonight. But that's okay. So, we're going to have a backstage confrontation where Marcos Flores, like, pretty pissed off at his recent losses, actually, is frustrated, is seeing this undead army, is seeing the Dragon God of Death and saying, you did this, Finn Lozando. Before you showed up, there weren't no undead walking out there. You're the Dragon God of Death. It is your fault that everything has gone to shit. I blame you, and I'm going to make you pay. Meet me in a match later. And he's like, look, I don't know what you think I did, but you're wrong. But if you want to have a match with me, then I am more than happy to have a match with you. And the match is set for later tonight. You ready to go, guys? You ready to go, ladies and gents? I am. I'm ready to go. I'm not going to go to the Olympic Stadium. I'm going to go to a generic venue. Oh, I'm pretty hyped. I hope everyone else is too. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's get rocking and rolling. I think everything is set. The stage has been set up nicely. Let's go. Yeah, 79B. I think this is a really good grade for the girls. Raven Nightfall defeats Pesadilla, 2 falls to 1. Good performances from both. Nightfaller wins the Campeonato de las Mujeres OLLIE. 74B, they set up their match for later, Finn Lozando and Marcos Flores. 49D plus. How did the overbooking do? So, it probably didn't really hurt anyone. I think it brought the performances together. Whereas usual these guys would be shit, and these guys would be a little higher maybe. They brought them more together, and this is one of their better matches of the month. So, yeah, it's looked alright to me. And a 63C, the Bay defeats La Hija del Diablo, which is pretty good. And the next match I'm hoping does well. It didn't do well, there was a lot of protection though, so I'm not that upset. Finalizando defeats Marcos Flores, 2 straight falls, Northern Lights suplex. Then a 67C minus. The crowd brings the crowd back down again. Espadachín Demoniaco. Whatever. Defeats Cosmic Rider by 2 straight falls. Final fall happening by pinfall with a Kobayashi plunge. I forgot to change your moveset, didn't I? That's fine. And then Amo Delgado makes his 84B plus elaborate entrance. And the semi-main, not really the semi-main, but the second to last match on the card, gets a 74B minus, our new stable, Resistencia Definita, fighting against the Demons. They lost, and the Demons made defense number 1 of their Campeonatos de Trios OLLIE title. Amo Delgado adds another carry job to his resume. It's quite a long resume these days. Alright, cool. And then the entrance of Mr. Lucha 3 gets massive boos, 86B plus, and the main event of the evening, please get a B, gets a B. In an exceptional match, Evil defeated Mr. Lucha 3, Nicolas Lopez, and Tricolor Jr. in 24 minutes and 40 seconds when Evil defeated Tricolor Jr. with an Evil Salt following interference from Espadachín Demoniaco. During the match, we also had Amo Delgado run in and attack Lopez. Evil wins the Campeonato de Universal OLLIE title. Tricolor was the weak link, as we expected he would be. He was not that bad, though. Oh, yes, he was. I was looking at Evil. Nicolas Lopez got a strained wrist, which ultimately hurt the match quite a bit, because he was probably meant to be the carry artist. Oh, he could carry it quite well. Yeah, Evil's the new champ, the new Universal champ. First time Evil's won it. I think it might be one of the first times a non-Mexicans won the title, too. No. And then in a 90A, which is pretty good, yeah, for Mr. Lucha and Evil. I'm thinking back to the old Mephisto days when they were pulling hundreds, but for those two, that's a really good angle. And Mr. Lucha and Evil say, we're on top of the world. Biggest unit in the history of pro wrestling. And not only are we a huge pro wrestling unit, we raised a fucking army of the dead out there. Not their words. Overall show gets an 80B, increased our pop in one region, which is weird, because we're on pay-per-view, I assume. I did select Selección Mexico, didn't I? Okay, wait a minute. I don't know if I did. I'm gonna give... That doesn't matter, we're not gonna go back anyway. We're just gonna say this was a non-paper... We'll replay it like TNA do. We'll replay it like TNA do on the TV show this week, since we were planning on just doing highlights anyway. Oh, if we didn't throw it on paper, that's gonna suck. I gotta pay more attention to these things. I know, like, I was just, like, fucking around with the booking thing, but I swear I showed it on pay-per-view. Yeah, I did. Okay, thank God. And it got a 0.33 buy rate. Is that good for us? Oh, I think that's down. Oh, it's massively down. Oh. The lack of Gino, I guess, hurt the show. Huh. Is it the worst pay-per-view we've ever ran? I wonder. Let's see here. I think it is. I think I just saw the only 3 we've ever run. Yeah. That's okay. It was the best one we've ever run in terms of product quality. So, what can you say? We have not gone up in pop recently. We're, like, stagnating. But again, I'm okay with that. Not a big deal. We're not here for the numbers. We're here for the story. And Evil is your champion. He is unexpectedly evil. So you all know who he is now. It's Eric Strong. Love Eric Strong. His pop is up to C's, which is pretty good. And as you can see, he's a very good wrestler in a lot of ways. So, hoping to see big things from him. Tirador's been out injured, so we'll have him back soon. Got a lot of stuff planned for Tirador. Espadachín, after a pretty big win, is up pretty reasonably. But, oh, we already checked Evil. The guy I really want to check, I'm going to check Raven first. Who's up to C's? That's probably expect. The guy I really want to check is our new #1 franchise player, Mr. Lucha, who is, I believe, that's super up. Yeah, it's not super up, but he's like main event quality, you know, in terms of pop. Like, he's top main event. He's on par with, like, Lopez. How's Marcos doing after the constant barrage of losses I have thrown him? He's not doing too bad. He's not doing too bad. He's had better days, but he's not doing dreadful. Let's go to our auto push and see how everything's going. By the way, two of the before we go in, two of the undead guys are on hot prospects. Look at that. So it was good to see. They're just random guys, by the way. I mean, I don't really mind showing you who they are. In fact, I'm gonna show you who they are. So this is Cobra, who's American, and from the Mid-South. And then this is Ricochet Ramon, who is I cannot say that word in like a accent. Puerto Rican, and yeah, he's. And then I guess I'll show you two as well. He's Camilo Prieto, no relation to Manuel. And yeah, there you go. Those are your new premier trio in the company. I'm not going to spoil who these guys are. A couple of them are obvious, like Espada Roja and even Panda. But this one might be less obvious. Actually, I've just shown you who it is. Fuck it. It's North Star Jr. He's back. He's unmasked. He's now Resistencia Estará. So, there you go. That's our boys. We're never going to reveal... It's not like it's a secret in story. He's never going to be revealed as North Star Jr., so... it's obviously a pretty clever play on that, if you know a bit of Spanish. But it's never going to be revealed in story who any of these people I just shown you are. I think there's still one secret left on the roster. There's one guy who you don't know who's important. So, that's kind of an interesting thing to look at. In general, though, I think we're looking pretty good. If we take a look at the overall roster look, our main eventers right now are Mr. Lucha 3, Cosmic Rider, Nicholas Lopez, Marcos Flores, and Amo Del Gato. Then below that, we have Evil, which is good to see. He's almost there. Resistance. I'm just gonna call him Resistance from now on. Resistance, Espada Roja, Hellspawn 666, Silver Tiger, and El Critico. And yeah, the rest of the roster is pretty interchangeable, except for obviously in the women's division, which has a few stars like Pesadilla and Raven, Dreamer, and yeah, the likes. Backstage team is there, and Theodore is obviously injured. How long is he out? He should be back soon, am I right? Oh, he's still got 2 more weeks out. Well, man was not looking good. And that's good to see. Nicholas Lopez will be fully fresh by Paula Noche. And I don't have any story for Paula Noche. Like I said, it's probably just going to be a mid-carder extravaganza with highlights from the year, and then we'll roll right into 2017. And I'm going to talk about this more in the next episode, so I'm not going to talk about much here. But if anybody's wondering about the series structure, we're 58 episodes in now, I think 7, something like that. And we've only got a year, which isn't my usual style. Don't worry, this series is not going to go 10 in-game years like the last one. I've got plans for how long it's going to go, and like I said, I'm going to talk about that next time, but regardless to say, since this is a very story-focused series, we're probably going to be wrapping up both the story and the series next year, 2017. So expect a good couple more episodes. We're probably just past the halfway point, if not a little, like just around the halfway point, maybe just before the halfway point. So don't worry, there are plenty more episodes to come, but don't worry as well about the series overstaying its welcome. It will conclude sooner or later, and I have plans to do so. Hopefully the signings and the game doesn't take my story away from me by signing people. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the build to this pay-per-view. It took me not a lot of time, but I put a lot of effort into building the story to kind of conclude here, and we got more things to go on the horizon. Story's in a pretty dark place. Our heroes, if you've picked a hero, they're all pretty much down in the dumps right now, and I mean, there's clearly villains in this story, and they're pretty much all on a high. Will that change in the new year, or will it just go from out of the frying pan into the fire? Who knows? Stay tuned. Have hope. Will OLLIE be saved? Will the undead armies be slain? Will Mexico be saved from its dark oppressors of the demons? Why are they even doing this, you might think? What are their motives? Do they have any? Who knows? We might find out in the next episode of Por la Noche Affrontamiento. I'll see you guys then. Peace out.